Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Clarence McGrimbry. Today I'm going to do a technical demonstration on how to mount a TV on the wall properly and securely. First of all, you want to make sure you have your right tools for the job. You want to make sure you have your level, your stud finder, drywall cutter, fishing line for the cables, your drill bits, and your drill, some tape. The equipment that you're going to need is, of course, the TV itself, a prop bridge, and you're also going to need the wall mount. And when you're looking for a wall mount, you want to make sure that the wall mount is the right size for your TV, which in this case, my wall mount is 19 inch to 39 inch wall mount. My TV is going to be a 27 inch. So that should definitely be is definitely at the right mount for the TV. Another thing is you want to look at the box itself. Box will tell you exactly, the weight of the TV it's going to be able to support, and you want to check how much the actual TV weighs. And that information, you can get that from the manufacturer's website for the TV or the manual that came with the TV. Now, as for the wall mount, some wall mounts do come with instructions on how to mount the wall mount on the wall. It also has templates and the tools that you're going to need to be able to mount it on the wall. All right, next you're going to determine is where you're going to mount your TV. You're going to need your template, which in this case came with the wall mount. You're going to make sure that it's level. You're going to mark your template. All the time making sure that it's level. Alright, once you marked it, you should have some pencil marks on the wall like this. So you've marked your template. The next thing you're going to do is go ahead and start drilling your holes. Alright, the next thing that you're going to do is use your stud finder, one of these, to find where your studs are. So you can drill holes. Okay, this marks the edge. This is where the stud begins. So I'm going to mark it with a pencil. And this is where it ends. The next stud is over here. And ends here. That's your stud. And then the other one is right here. Begins right here. Ends right here. Now, as you can see, where I wanted my TV is not going to work with where my studs are. So I'm probably going to have to move my template over to the right, or I can read my manual and see what it says exactly how many screws it needs in order to be properly secured. And then in this case, if I use this one, looks like the screws that I have here are only limited to right there in the center, so I'll have to put it here and there. So with this wall mount, it's a good thing it's for a small TV. I can just put the holes here and here and I should be good to go. So in this particular case, where I marked my template where I want it to be, it should definitely work, but I'm probably going to move it over a little over to the left so that I can be right in the center of this the stud, so that it's properly secured. Alright, the next thing we're going to do is once we've marked the holes for our screws from the template, we're going to go ahead and drill some holes into the drywall. right in the middle of the stud. And drilling holes should make it easy for you when you put your screws into the stud. All right, next we're going to secure the wall mount on the wall. And while we're securing it, before we make sure it's tight, we've got to make sure it's level, which in case it is. So we continue to go ahead and make it tighter. Make sure it's properly secured. And we go ahead and do the second one. The second bolt. Tighten this as well. So while we tighten that, double check, make sure we're still level. Okay, which we still are. And then continue to tighten. Alright, now we've secured the mount on the wall. And before we start drilling making holes in the drywall to run the cables, we need to go ahead and test the TV. Make sure that it fits well, which is in case it's properly secured and holds. Now, if you're working with a bigger TV, you probably need somebody to come and help you lift the TV up so that you secure it properly. As you can see, this TV, we've got little cables over here that's supposed to hold them out securely. And now we're good. And then in this case, we've got some lots of room here to determine whether we're gonna make holes directly into the wall mount itself for the power bridge, or just below it, of which it should be okay because there's enough clearance to cover that plug once we install, make the holes for the power bridge. And just looking at this TV, you know, it's gonna be close to the wall, so the best possible way is probably for me to go ahead and make sure that we put that power bridge just below the wall mount. That way we have some room for the power cords and everything. All right, next what we're gonna do is install the power bridge. I've already marked the holes to make the holes in the drywall with the template provided with the box. Now this particular power bridge says it meets NEC Article 400.8, which is the National Electric Code. So this basically tells me this particular power bridge is safe for me to install and hide the power cord behind the wall. Now you'll get some unscrupulous installers will basically put the actual power cord for the TV behind the wall. That will not be up to code. So you want to make sure you get yourself one of these. This basically makes you know that you actually meet the electric code, and you can have those power cords behind the wall. So I'm going to go ahead and cut some holes, and then we'll go ahead and mount the power bridge on the wall. Alright, now we've drilled holes from the template for the power bridge. The next step now is to go ahead and run the lines for the power bridge, and then we're going to run the cords for the HDMI so that it will come through. And essentially this power bridge is a cord for you to run your HDMI lines directly to your TV on the side here. And we're going to use this to run the lines behind the wall. Stick it down like so. It should come out down here. Here it is. Pull it out. We're going to use some tape to basically essentially tape this line, the power line, the power cord onto here. Like so. Once you've done that, put this up. There you go. Got your line out here. Got your line out. The next step is to go ahead and connect the power lines through the power bridge. Okay, now we've managed to connect the power bridge over here. We've run our HDMI cable through there. It's coming out through here. Next thing is to go ahead and secure this into the wall. And once we have this secured in the wall, and the next step is to go ahead and install the bottom part. All right. We're going to secure this in the wall by turning the screws over, and that way it doesn't come out. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, basically installed the power bridge, and this is what it looks like. And now I just basically need to go ahead and test it out just to make sure that everything is working okay and we have power before we go ahead and complete the install. Okay, this basically confirms that we have both power on the output and we also have power on the output. So it looks like everything is working okay, and basically all I need to do now is to go ahead and mount the TV on the wall and connect the cables, and we should be able to run a test. Alright, we've completed the install. The cables are connected, and this is what the finished product looks like. And I'm just going to go ahead and turn the TV on just to make sure that everything is working okay. Okay, it takes a minute for this TV to power on. Okay, got a light on the screen. And we got a picture. And this is the complete product. We've mounted the TV on the wall, run the cables, connected the power bridge over there with the power coming from that outlet over there. And this is a safe and secure way to mount the TV on the wall. Thank you.